Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB. You are not. I brought that back for today's video at least. And today we're going to have a showdown of sorts, or comparison. Let's call it comparison between the Muhle, however you say it, R41 and the Yaqi Beast, which I used yesterday. Both supposed to be extremely aggressive, and both are generally aggressive. I've already got a blade loaded in the Muhle. That's got a RazoRock Halo handle. And I haven't loaded the Yaqi yet because I wanted to talk a little bit about blades. I've gotten specific requests to talk about blades. Using the Gillette Silver Blue today, also known as GSB, Gillette Silver Blue. Terrific blade, a little more expensive than the Astras. Just to show you how they come wrapped. They come wrapped in this little paper thing, and they're actually double wrapped, which is pretty cool. There's actually another wrapper inside. That's difficult to see. Anyway, double wrapped, which is cool. And there's not a lot of glue on these blades like there is on the Astras, which sometimes on the Astras, if you're not careful, you can get glue around the edges. There is a little bit of adhesive there, but generally I don't find it on the blade edge on the GSB, Gillette Silver Blue. These are about, I looked on Amazon, there'll be a link below for $15.99 right now. By the way, that's what the top head of the Yaqi Beast looks like. We'll pop in our GSB like so. And this is a Jurgen Hempel titanium handle, same one I used in the video yesterday. So there we have a look at the blade exposure. Anyway, let's talk about the soap we're going to use today. Old school soap. Gee whiz, the light makes it really hard to see. Strop Shoppe Russian tea. Terrific scent on this. I love this scent. I think you would like it too if it were still available, but alas, it is not. Sterling bought Baker Street, and I tried to get Rod to get Russian tea, and he tried, but I don't suppose Strop Shoppe wanted to sell the scent. It really is a terrific scent. If you see it somewhere like on the secondhand market and you don't mind buying secondhand, it's a terrific scent and soap. Strop Shoppe now out of business unless they've restarted, and I don't know about it. The brush for today is the Plasan. This is the custom OTSC Brush of the Gods Plasan that was sent to me by Tim Berger from Ohio. Terrific guy. Thank you very much, Tim. I'll always keep this. It means a lot to me. The things the viewers send always mean a lot to me, and that certainly is no exception. That was a terrific gift. Oh, I don't have my Preshave. Stand by and let me grab it. Okay, so we got the Preshave. We're going to throw a little water on the face, apply a little Preshave, because why not? I've gotten some questions about whether this was before PAA. This RazoRock Lime Cube was before PAA. I don't know. I think PAA was first, but don't hold me to that because I just don't know, to be honest with you. And I just like you. I mean, I own it. I may as well use it. That's sort of the way I look at, this gear. You may as well use it if you own it. There's no sense in just letting it set forever and go bad. Although I don't think a cube like that it would take a very long time for it to go bad. So let's get started with our Strop Shoppe Russian tea. The way this smells, it sort of reminds me of like juicy fruit gum or something like that. It's a really unique and for me, pleasurable scent. I really love it. I mean, it smells fantastic, and I wish Sterling could have gotten that one because it really is terrific. And I believe he did try. So it's not like he didn't want to. Just don't think he was able to, because maybe they didn't want to sell everything. Maybe someday they want to come back and do business. And so they sold Baker Street. They didn't sell Strop Shoppe Russian tea. This really is a terrific soap. And I wish more people could take advantage of it, because it's just one of those really, I think, unique scents. I don't think it exists anywhere else, or I don't think there's anything really like it. Not that I know of. If you do, write it down in the comments, because I am, interacting in those comments now, and I've been having a good time doing it. In fact, we'll start on this side. Before I get to the next thought, let me just cover this business. We'll start on my right side with the Muhle R41. We'll go on this side with the Yaqi Beast. Anyway, I had a viewer today mention, I think his name was Michael, if I'm not mistaken, that it looked like, I was either having more fun or things were more enjoyable. And so, first of all, thank you, Michael. And I want to unpack that a little bit, because I'm personally having more fun. And there is a reason for it, and I'll try as best as I can to explain. By the way, this obviously Muhle R41, everybody knows it's aggressive. I don't think it's crazy aggressive, but it's aggressive. And even with the GSB, Gillette Silver Blue, I don't think it's super smooth for me. Feels okay, but not super smooth. Let's start a little bit with the Yaqi. I actually think the Yaqi Beast is smoother, honestly. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. This feels really good. This feels really good. So for a long time, I was following politics really closely, and I'm pretty passionate about it. And what I found is you can't really move the needle, or it's very difficult to move the needle on politics in terms of making content and arguing with people over social media, because it's one of those things where you really need to sit down with people and talk and have a long form conversation. And so I was following politics, and I still do, but I was consuming so much of that information that I think it really affected just my outlook and just my general mood. It's very frustrating, because you see so many things that just don't make sense. And so you start making content where you're like, this is off the rails. But then I thought about it, and what I realized is, in my world, like in real life, I'm not encountering a bunch of people that are clear off the deep end, as you see on Twitter and so on and so forth. So to make a long story short, I have put everything in perspective from a political standpoint to the degree I can, and realize that it's the people in your life that you interact with daily that matter, and not these really fringe extremes on all ends of the political spectrum. And I myself am I call it a mixed libertarian, because I do believe, like, I'm not one of these that says taxation is theft and all that kind of stuff, because I don't believe that. I believe in, immunizations and all that sort of thing. But anyway, it's mixed in that my primary objective is to support liberties, but I also believe there are some things like immunizations and taxes and public good that we have to be cognizant of and help with, and that social contract and so on. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that road, because going down that road leads to the type of content where it is really preachy and aggressive and so on, and argumentative sometimes, I think, as well. And so I just pulled back from that sort of consuming a lot of that content where you see these people that are just crazy, and then you react, and sometimes your reaction is just as bad as what you saw, and then you realize that you're not really encountering these people in your normal life, so it's not worth it. I can't promise that I'm never going to do a political video again, because I will, certainly, but since I've learned to just keep it in perspective, I think it makes this sort of content, shaving, light and easy and fun. And also the comments, are productive, where you can have conversations with people about gear. And I love, this hobby, and I love gear generally, knives, EDC gear, shave gear, about any kind of gear, fishing gear, And so anyway, I just think it's more fun, to the degree you can, to focus on the things that are fun. I know that sounds crazy, but anyway, second pass here. It's good with the Muhle, but again, not the smoothest shave, even with GSB, which I think is really a smooth blade overall. Let's see how we do with the Yaqi here. It feels better to me. Honestly, the Yaqi feels a lot smoother than the R41, and it still feels like it's doing a good job. So that's excellent. I got a comment from an individual today who he was asking me about how-to videos. And I think, have a beginner series on eye lather. You can go check out the eyelather.com channel and look for playlists. There's one called How-Tos or Beginners. I do have some content there. I'm sure I need to redo it, but you can start there. Anyway, I always direct people to Geo, Fatboy, and Mantic because I think they're the best in the business at how-to. But that gentleman said he had already watched all those videos and he just wanted to get my thoughts. So that's really an honor that he would, go through their content and still be interested in what I have to say. So thank you, sir. I really appreciate it. And, I'm here to help to the degree, that I can. So, write your comments below. And as long as it stays civil and productive, I'm going to be interacting with people. I'm trying to help as much as I can. I'm seeing folks that I haven't seen for a while. And again, it's probably because I just haven't been looking at the comments but like Shave-a-thon and, some of the old school, he always has a ton of information. Shave-a-thon. If you look at his comments below, he'll always have a link for prices. Like he knows the best prices, where to find things off the beaten path. So he's a guy that, when it comes to, he used to send stuff all the time about, you can get this here, and really, really helpful. And that's what really we're here to do. Help one another out. And I think that when we are in that mood and mode, and that's our goal, then it does make it enjoyable. And I enjoy it. And so I think, I think it's better all around. Boy, this soap smells terrific. It's one of those things, it smells good enough to eat. That makes sense to you. I know this is going to be a longer video because I've talked about the blades and everything, but I appreciate it when you stick around. And please, if you don't mind, hit the subscribe button. I think like maybe 20-30% of the people who watch the content here are subscribed, and it does help if you're subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button and come on back when you see a video you think you will enjoy. Again, I'm enjoying making it, so I hope you'll enjoy watching it. And I really appreciate it. I think tomorrow I'm going to establish a P.O. box for people want to send things to be reviewed and so forth. I think I'll establish that. And I'm trying to, to do the content that I reasonably can. And that all depends on support from you. So thank you for your support. The more support that I get, obviously, the more content that I can produce. So thank you very much. Out of these two, I'm going to tell you, this is crazy, but I prefer this Yaqi Beast. For me, just me, it's a little smoother. It's still plenty aggressive. But I just like the overall shape. And it's $5.50, I think, at West Coast Shaving. And I think they have it on Amazon below. I'll put a link below if it's on Amazon. But I think it's like $5.50 at West Coast Shaving or something. By the way, I cite West Coast Shaving because they have a lot of good prices on budget gear. And other people do too. You got Maggard and Italian Barber. And, there's many places that do. And I must say, this was a good shave overall, even though I used two different razors. Let's feel. I think the Yaqi down here, and again, it seems like it's always this side, there's a little more left. It could be just this side, there's more growth, but this side, the Beast side, Yaqi Beast, a little better than the R41 side. So, you know, I'll just clean that up a little bit with the Beast. Overall, for me, now, you know, it's $5.50 versus like, I think if you buy this one, it's like 50, 60 bucks. I don't know off the top of my head. Obviously, I don't have the full razor because I just have the head and a mismatched handle, but this head is like $5.50. This head you might be able to get for like $30 or something like that on Maggard. I prefer the $5.50. You may prefer this one, but for me, you know, it's one of those things where they say you get what you pay for. Sometimes paying more doesn't mean you get better, although look, I did get some weepers on that side. So, you know, I guess it wasn't as terrific as I thought. Maybe the GSP isn't great with this particular razor, I don't know, but I did get a couple of weepers, so take that into consideration. I still like the way this felt more than this. It felt smoother, although I got a weeper there. And what do I do for weepers? Nothing. I'll just take a shower, and by the time I'm out of the shower, it'll be gone. If I wasn't taking a shower, I'd hit it with some alum, and you know, that probably would suffice. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm going a little long, so I'm going to bring this to a merciful close. Thank you very much for your support. I truly appreciate it. Thank you especially to the patrons who support the channel. There is the link if you are interested. Thank you. It means a lot. It helps the channel. And until next time, I've been your host, CDB. You're not. God bless.